If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. A little bit of a stressful day for your boy because I have to re-upload Hullet, which, to be honest, it kind of messes with the video. But yeah, Footbin doesn't say that he's a lengthy player, a controlled lengthy player on an anchor, so definitely have to check out some other websites for consistency. Consistency is a big thing for me. But today we have the new evolutions to check out. This evolution is going to be called Like a Rock. So as usual, you know, players that are trending, Kyle Walker specifically, definitely would have been nice for your boy on the RTG account. But it's all good. He's not one of the selections, I believe. I don't think he is. So with this evolutions, we're taking a look at upgrades that are in the passing, physical, dribbling, and defending area. And then we also have the upgrades in regards to Bruiser. Bruiser being added to the card is honestly a pretty good playstyle to have in a lot of situations, right? Being able to outmuscle someone in certain situations, especially when it's a player that is a lengthy, that has the physical, that has defense. It's really helpful to have. So it's actually a really huge plus to be able to work with those sort of things. We're gonna be taking a look at some of the options that you could potentially go with. Obviously, there's always gonna be like a bunch of different ones because sometimes there are current evolutions that exist within the game that you could potentially use towards your upgrades as well. So we always have to check out for those sort of things, right? So if we take a look at some of the popular options here, players like Alexander-Arnold is definitely going to be a pretty big one for a few people for these small improvements that he gets. Now, it's not massive improvements in the right wing back position. The pace is still on the lower side, so you kind of have to hope for an evolution in the future for an improvement in that specific area, because as of right now, Alexander-Arnold is formatted for the shadow chemistry style, but the acceleration sprint speed is not in a fantastic area. So that still needs to be improved on the card in regards to the selections that you have. Long ball pass is cool. Dead ball, whipped pass, all the passing play styles is definitely a really huge variable to work with when it comes to a bunch of cards in game. But in his case, on a shadow chemistry style, it's a decent card for the future, right? That's what you're going to improve him for. But you do have to hope for a massive boost in regards to the pace department to make him a really, really nice card. So people will go for that just for now, and then they kind of hope for a future improvement on the card. So you're going to see a couple of different options here in regards to people that have started their evolutions with specific cards that they know will not get any sort of evolutions in the future or any sort of promo cards in the future, and now they can upgrade them to a point where they're pretty decent cards to use. So here's another card with Longstaff. I'm going to go ahead and actually search him from these ones, right? Because it's very important to see what the skill moves and the weak foot and stuff is, right? So evolutions, you could see that the best version right now is this version where it goes from his base player, radioactive maestro, detailed oriented, into Like a Rock, right? Which is not his best. It's this one right here, actually. So it's welcome to evolutions. That it shows the ones that currently exist and then shows the ones that do not exist, but what you could have upgraded to, right? So detail oriented into toughen up, into Like a Rock, and you would have been working with a pretty decent card who is a high work rate player that you can use in the CDM lineup for a card that gives you the Newcastle links, right? So that's going to be a pretty decent one for people that went in the direction of sentimental value. That's what you should have done, to be honest, in the beginning, but obviously there's always meta that you have to consider, because a lot of these cards, if they get any sort of like cards in the future, then it makes the evolutions obsolete in some cases, right? It depends on the types of prices that they are and everything, because some of these SBCs are not SBCs, but some of these evolutions you have to put money into, which makes them really expensive depending on the types of players that you upgrade, right? So people always have to consider that as well. Suzuki is a Japanese player that is a left-footed player, medium work rates. He gets a pretty significant improvement when it comes to rating, but in game his pace is set up very poorly, so you still have to hope for another evolution in the future for them to put his pace at least, I would say, in the high 80s area at that point, because who knows what they're going to do, right? Because as of right now he has 90 dribbling, so you kind of have to hope that you can improve that pace department of the card as much as possible. But as of right now, I mean, the dribbling stats is definitely set up nicely. 98 agility, 99 for balance. Shadow chemistry style can definitely make him a pretty decent card as well, but again, it's mainly for people that went in that route, but he is lacking in the pace department. Adam Lallana is the next one too, which wouldn't have been a bad choice either if you knew that he was going to go in this direction, because with Lallana, again, for people that are building teams with the Brighton players and all that kind of stuff, you have Trailblazer, Interceptor, Centurions box to box, into Toughen Up, into Like a Rock, and you have a card that's a little bit more usable. The reason why I say a little bit is because his sprint speed is still not in a great area, but with a card like this, usability wise on a Hunter chemistry style, he can be used as your attacking oriented center mid, or even like a 4-1-2-2 setup, that sort of deal. But as of right now, the Centurions box to box, that was a little bit too expensive to really consider that a really huge variable when it comes to this card, right? We have a card like Pedri, who gets the nice little upgrade from the rare gold version into the green version, Like a Rock, right? Just one simple upgrade. In comparison to the Centurion card, the Centurion card is obviously a better card to work with for the most part. So with Pedri, it is yet again an evolution that you kind of have to look for in the future, right? So if you give this card a Shadow Chemistry style, usability wise is okay, but it's a card that you're improving for the future as well. These are for the people that are kind of building their squads from Christmas and afterwards, right? For the most part. Because again, we don't know what types of improvements they're going to be doing in the future when it comes to those guys. So always be very mindful of that. This guy, I mean, he sometimes gets SBCs, sometimes gets cards. He's never really like super crazy special. With this card, they could make him a really, really nice card in the future if there's certain evolutions that still pop up for him. But as of right now, you can use him in Toughen Up into Like a Rock for a card that is... Let's see what he is. Evolutions. Best version, 88 Like a Rock. So he's still medium work rate. So something in the future to change the work rate would be nice. For sure. Like a medium high for how he performs. Because you're not really going to want to use a card like that as the attacking oriented center mid because of the body type and stuff, right? So always got to be very mindful of that. Like a Rock. Oh, they actually don't have the upgraded versions yet. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. I just took all this out. Okay, cool. We'll go back here. We'll go to popular evolutions players. We'll go to Like a Rock, Longstaff, Lallana, Pedri, Camavinga. So Camavinga gets another upgrade. That's a different card to some of his previous ones, where he gets a few upgrades here and there. That makes him a pretty decent player, to be fair. Still high work rated. Still a player that you can use as a left-sided player in the midfield setup, left-footed, right? He's got jockey, block, bruiser, technical as well. So from a rare gold to a green, if you're starting off in the game, is not too bad. Look at this one, eh? This one's a really big one because there's actually a few people that I know of that have gotten this card, which is really cool because with Bajcetic in game, this is how he would be formatted, right? So if we go to these versions... It's, sorry, his name is Bajcetic, so it's like Bajcetic, like that. Yeah, so with this card on an Evolutions, this is a really good example of someone that you can choose in Evolutions that would get you some really good improvements. This is what you can currently get with the card, which would still put him in a pretty decent area, but from the maximum improvements out of the card, right? This is now what he would look like. Now, it's a little bit strange because he turns into a high work rated card, and to be honest with you, with the way that this card is formatted, he is better on a medium-high work rate. So if you changed him from a medium-high into Centurions box-to-box during that time period, I think that would have been a waste because he doesn't have shooting capabilities. It's a card that is meant to be used in the CDM position to help you out in the general build-up play, I would say, on a Shadow Chemistry style with the Accelerate being controlled and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that work rate consistency, I think it just makes more sense. So I wouldn't even consider this one a better version because for me personally, I'd rather have those work rates on medium high personally, right? To each their own, obviously, but this one is not a bad direction for this card, especially if you're starting off as well, because detail oriented budding starlet into a Like a Rock, you keep him at a medium high, and then you have to hope for an evolution in the future to improve the pace out of the card as much as possible. Sorry guys, I'm just in and out because I had to do the reviews and stuff. I also want to try to get some other uploads out today too, so yeah, it's a lot of, I'm getting overwhelmed sometimes, you know. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so Jorginho, another card. Okay, 67 pace for Centurions box to box. We're gonna pass right at. Ooh, evolutions. 90? Dang. Yeah, but 67 pace, you need a massive improvement there for sure. Massive improvement. Let's see what else we got here. Jorginho Gavi. Dude, it's such a... Because I think you lose the chemistry thing when you take off Radioactive Maestro. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I think they should keep that. Like, I think it comes off, which I think is stupid. I think it should stay on the card when you go into the next evolutions, because it's so sick to kind of like build like different teams and stuff. But Gavi gets one, right? Radioactive Maestro like a rock. Usability wise, you can give him a shadow chemistry style. He'll still be okay to use as long as you use him in like a CDM, stay back while attacking type of role, center mid, stay back while attacking, because the shooting is not in a crazy area, but does have very good dribbling, very good passing. So your build up with him, considering that he has tiki taka and stuff, would be nice, right? So that's not too bad there if you want to go in that direction. Benton Core for the Spurs guys. He has other ones though. What's the other ones? Pitch Commander, Rare Defender Upgrade, Toughen Up. So you can go from Toughen Up to Like a Rock for a card that's 4-star, medium high work rated. Benton Core. And then we go to Evolutions. Best active. So that one's Expire for Toughen Up, but Like a Rock, medium high, 4-star. And he is a controlled lengthy player. You see why I can't do this, bro? Oh, the controlled lengthy is there too. But yeah, this card on a shadow chemistry style does get a pretty massive improvement in the pace department while being controlled lengthy. Usability wise for a Spurs team, this is a cool card, right? Playstyles wise, where does this show the playstyles here? First touch, relentless press, proven bruiser. Needs more defensive stuff, like anticipate and that type of deal. It's always nice to have those things. That's why Chouameni is a beast, right? Okay, so that's for Benton Core. What else do we have here that's pretty cool? Benacer. Well, Benacer already had the other card, this one. Oh, this one gets a better defensive boost. Defensive boost is better and physical boost is better. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's not a bad choice to go with if you wanted to, if you're making a Serie A team. Because I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, man. Benacer is one of the few cards that feels this way, where he's a high medium work rated player, but feels like he actually can belong in the CDM position because of his defensive positioning. You know what I'm saying? It's a very strange way to describe him, but that's just kind of like how he feels in game. I even mentioned that in the review I have on the first owner account. It's kind of like just how he feels, right? Lewis has another card. So Lewis is one of the types of cards that you would have to build initially. Budding Starlet, detail oriented, like a rock. Usability wise, it's there for a high medium work rated player. It's okay. You know, it's okay. He still needs some massive improvements. I don't think that's his best version, though. I think they have, like, some other ones nowadays, right? So the best version is this one, where it's Welcome to Evolutions and Like a Rock. Yeah. This is, like, the active one. So if you're going the sentimental route, you could do that as well. Let's see here. A lot of the cards they're releasing here are for people that are getting the game for Christmas. And they're like getting into the game, they're getting the upgrades and all that kind of stuff for the most part, I would say. Herrera, El Neni into a 91. Oh my goodness. Because look how many players, like if you started off the game, the pace is still in a horrible situation, but if you're Egyptian and you needed a CDM, usability wise, it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's not a crazy card. Definitely not a crazy card until... Who knows, guys? They might do like an Evolutions where they give you like that massive pace boost, right? Because that's the active one. This is the one that's been expired. Look at the 91, bro. Pretty crazy. It's a pretty big upgrade, you know? But is this card lengthy on a shadow? Controlled. See, that's the problem, right? Like usability wise, it's there. He probably has some crazy playstyles though. It's all like passing and build up ones, eh? With him. Passing and build up ones with him. But if he gets a pace boost, it's actually nice. The pace boost would be crazy on that card for sure. But yeah, it's an option too. You can see a lot of these cards are like super high rated now. because they're basically cards that if you were to improve from the beginning, you have a pretty solid like foundation to work off of. The thing is though, man, is that from Centurion's box-to-box midfielder, like Llorente is still the guy there, man, you know? He's still the guy here. Let me see if he's still the popular choice. Yeah. This is still, in my opinion, like the best evolution. Like there's obviously like cards that they've released like recently where they have like 5-star, which is nice and stuff, but for the price point and the right back position, like the right back position is crazy to use Llorente there, man. He's on the SBC. No, he's on the other account that I grinded on, and I don't even use that account that much anymore. I don't even use it that much anymore, dude. But yeah, Llorente is just built different, honestly. Built different on that card. Because you have to remember that you're paying a lot of coins for some of those players as well, right? So you have to always take that into consideration too, to make them like as usable as possible. You know what I mean? 87, 86, 91, 91. Jorginho Lobotka, 89. Douglas Luiz in 2088. Oh, João Neves. What does he look like now? So João Neves from the best evolutions. This one is already expired. You can't do that one. That one's expired as well. The Radioactive Maestro. This would be fantastic for Benfica fans, man. Like for Benfica fans, it'd be sick. On these ones, like they've already expired. It doesn't say exactly which ones they are though. João Neves. Let's see. That's the best? Really? Apparently. Body Starlin to detail oriented. No, this is not the best. They haven't updated the they haven't updated on this website yet, see? Nothing. Yeah, but him, you know, this card, he gets a like a rock. I mean, look, if you were to get all the upgrades on this is a very usable Benfica card. Usable, but still needs, I would say, 1 or 2 more evolutions. Definitely gets one or two more for sure. Kone gets a card too. Lakonga. Look, if you're going in the Turkish route, look at these cards. Like, see, that's the whole thing with these cards, right? You're supposed to choose players that you just know aren't gonna get promo cards in the future. Like, if this guy doesn't get a team of the season or he doesn't get any of those sorts of cards, there you go. You know what I mean? If I go like a rock and go for FC Porto, like, let's see. I just want to see what the options are to work with. Liga, Portugal. Can I even search it that way or no? Is that even a thing? Liga? Let's see. The only person I can choose is Gonzalo Inacio. Look at that. From a rare gold into this one. I mean, he still looks pretty cool, to be fair. Playstyles wise, he has ping. Well, he does get bruiser. Aerial intercept, long ball pass. See, this is the problem, right? Like, look at the Liga NOS. Liga NOS doesn't have much to work with on that like a rock. If I were to go to Liga NOS evolutions in general, just anything, I just want to see what exists, right? I'm just like curious. Like, if I were to actually go in the sentimental route in a game that cannot be sentimental, I'm sorry, but the way that the game modes are formatted, no chance, right? But let's see here. So, I mean, look, if I were to go the sentimental route, I would still have to wait for a few cards, man. And this guy is a Benfica player, so the Benfica fans would be into this one for sure. For him, yes, absolutely. Left back position, shadow chemistry style. This is a well improved card for the Portuguese league. Easier links to work with as well. Yeah, this one you can't go wrong with. Defensive awareness is on the lower side for sure. High low work rate, so he's very attacking oriented. He's straight for the attack. What playstyles does he have? Relentless, chip shot, trickster, quick step, trivela, acrobatics. This guy has like attacking stuff, man. I mean, technically speaking, you could give him a hunter and then use him as the attacking center mid. That wouldn't be a bad thing either there, right? But yeah, sorry, just curious for my own sake if I were to go in that route, you know. What else we got here? Let's see. Centurion's box to box. Let's back out of that. Go back here. Bang. What are the popular? Longstaff, Lalana, Pedri, Camavinga, Koke. Popular evolution choices. Like a rock. Cucurella, 85. Trailblazer, Slide Tackler, Like a Rock. Still needs a pace improvement, but it is better for sure. Controlled Explosive, Shadow Chemistry Style. You would use him as the attacking oriented fullback. Slide Tackle, Block, Intercept, Flare, Press, Proven, Acrobatic, Bruiser. He's got some good play styles. It needs a little bit more pace for how the meta plays out, generally speaking. But look at this, a Bellingham card, right? Part 1, Part 2. Part 1, Part 2. Radioactive Maestro, Like a Rock. If you went with some sort of concept where you have like the Bellingham brothers together, you know, you'd go in that direction basically. Blanco El Neni, and then he gets a huge boost. Huge boost on the card. 86, 88 for Lakonga. Medium work rated. I don't know if he actually gets a medium high because they don't update that stuff sometimes. Intercept Plus is pretty cool though. It's not too bad. Lakonga. El Neni 90. Douglas Luiz 88. Mark Casado. Emerson 80, 87, eh? Budding Starlet into Like a Rock, 80 pace. Still need to have some improvements on that for sure. Gonzalo Ignacio, he's actually trending as one of the options there, eh? Let's see here. So we go to Footwiz here. We'll go to Evolutions. We'll go to Like a Rock. And we'll search the completed evolutions. These are like the basic ones, I think, for the most part. Yeah. These are like the basic ones. So you can get players like Sancho and stuff if you want to improve that in the future as well. But yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? It's starting to get to the point of if you were to go into the sentimental route, you're like, I would say you're like 2 evolutions off from these guys actually being like proper meta for a lot of the teams for the current game modes that we have. That's what it looks like so far for some of the options that we have here. Right? Because look at these like massive improvements for some of these cards if you were to go in the sentimental route. A lot of different cards here. Suzuki gets one. I'm trying to see if there's any like decent meta ones. Italian, Quinteros. I like to see the ratings. You know, the ratings definitely makes that difference. Because some of these guys, they get like a big rating boost, but they're not like crazy meta-wise yet. Like you still need to get some cards in the future. 18. Is this guy a midfielder? Center mids? High left footage. 88 with toughen up. Is he a medium high? Oh, he's a high. Okay. Torres. This guy needs to do one, bro. Like, can you get off my screen, please? Is it showing everything already? No, it's not. It's just I don't know why it's doing this. It's kind of weird. Like I said, sometimes I go through different websites and I'm stupid. Very stupid. But yeah, there should definitely be a few options to work with if, again, you went into the sentimental route. A lot of these guys have been receiving some pretty significant upgrades for cards that, let's be honest, you would never see in a person's team. So if you went the sentimental route and you have a few of these guys to work with, not too bad. So let's just check. Now I can actually check here, right? So we go Liga. Can I still not search that? I was about to say Liga Portugal. Okay. Apply filters. Just Liga Portugal. That's all I want, man. Ah, this is the guy, eh? Left back. Okay. Thiago Isgaio. Okay. Nothing too crazy, honestly. Famalicão player. Yeah, nothing too crazy. What about the Portuguese guys? Let's go one option selected. So let's just take that out. And let's go to Portugal. Just to see what we have here. Like if you were to go in all of the directions. I'm curious. Okay, so female player. Andre Almeida. 88. I'm trying to see if there's any like some young players that your boy is familiar with a little bit. You know what I want to check? I want to check Eduardo Quaresma if he's in this game. Alex Suarez. Yeah, there's nothing like too crazy. There's Ruben Neves with a new card, but he needs a pace boost. Gedge as well. Medium low. Yeah. What about Quaresma's card, man? And no, not the Quaresma you guys are thinking of. Is Eduardo Quaresma? Is he even in this game? Ah, there he is. So only budding starlets with him, eh? 55 pace. Why does this guy not have more? Is that right? There's no way, dude. Is that it? Oh, he has at least an 86. Trailblazer center back, Centurion center back, Marauder still needs the pace boost though. This is the guy that pocketed FC Porto the other day. Pocketed us the other day, basically. But yeah, guys, a lot of this is going to be definitely in the route of sentimental. If you did some of these cards earlier, you obviously have some players to work with as of right now. But yeah, we'll just basically leave it there for the video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I will catch you guys for the next one, man. A couple of decent options for this evolutions if you went in that route for sure. But I'll catch you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.